Hello everyone. So I hope you are doing well. So welcome to another session. Hello everyone. Welcome to another session. So here we have a passage, and on the basis of the passage we have some questions. So let's have a kind of a discussion on this particular text, as well as understand the question, a variety of ways to solve the question types. Okay, so let me discuss that what the direction says here. So the direction for questions is given here. The passage below is accompanied by a set of questions. Choose the best answer to each question. So, as far as if we look into this text, so this text probably 300 to 400 words, segregating with three of the paragraphs. Now, I expect that you have already gone through this particular text. So, but let me give you some brief idea about this text. This text tells about uh, uh, one of the situations. In this situation, the author text about uh, telling about the reader to imagine a situation where you have spent your or dedicated your life to gaining wisdom by studying various wisdom literature and psychology. Um, then, after the author stated that you follow mindfulness meditation and believe in facing life's challenges with wisdom. So, the author also pointed about, however, when your best friend who believes in the Christian afterlife loses their father, you struggle to console them. They find solace in their faith, and you are angry that they don't share your belief in nothingness after death, isn't it? So, it's also pointed about to complicate things, you and your friends have different background and experience. Um, you could say that with your friend finding comfort in the church, and you are torn between your anger and your desire to support your friend. You question whether your interest of wisdom has prepared you for this moment or not. Surprisingly, a classic wisdom text can help you navigate that situation. Classic wisdom text, in fact, must to help you understand this situation. You just have not been taught to see them that way, isn't it? So, if I talk about the main idea of the text, so I could say that the main idea of the text is the nothing but the conflict, um, conflict and emotional struggle, conflict and emotional struggle, emotional struggle experienced, experienced by someone, experienced by someone, experienced by someone. You could say that who has dedicated their life to wisdom, who has dedicated dedicated their life their life to wisdom, isn't it? So, and philosophical contemplation, philosophical philosophical contemplation. So that this could be called as a main idea, and the author stated about when your best friend's father dies and their friend or your friend finds solace in a belief in an afterlife, that called to Christianity, which contrasts with the wisdom. Seekers believe in the nothingness that follows death. This conflict raises question about the value of wisdom and the ability to offer meaningful support and comfort in the face of differing beliefs and grief. Additionally, the text also highlights the importance of understanding and using classic wisdom text to navigate such difficult emotional situations. So, if you look into that, this particular text, the subject of the text, you could say, is the internal conflict. What is that? It is known as internal conflict. and emotional turmoil experienced by someone dedicated to wisdom and philosophy. When their best friend's father dies and their friends believe in the Christian afterlife, clashes with the wisdom seekers believe in nothingness after death. The text also explores the value of wisdom, which I already pointed. So if I look into the tone of the text, so I could say that the tone of the text should be contemplative, contemplative, or you talk about introspective, um, introspective, and also you can say somewhat philosophical and philosophical. You can say philosophical. Uh, it explores actually deep questions about why it's a philosophical, introspective, and contemplative. Because if I talk about the text gives a kind of a deep questions about belief systems, grief, and the individual's pursuit of wisdom. There is a sense of inner conflict and frustration, but it is expressed in a thoughtful and reflective manner, isn't it? Um, if you observe the style of the text, so the style of the text is nothing but in a form of narrative, right? And also reflective, narrative, reflective, combining personal experiences and emotions with philosophical ideas. It tells a story for a personal struggle while, deeper into the broader themes of belief, wisdom, and support in times of grief. Okay, so now we have understood the text, and I expect also you understood the text properly. Now, let me take you to the question and the discussion. So, fine. If I talk about the question, what does the question present here or points out here? Let's see that. Uh, mhm. Okay. So the question here point out, according to the passage, what is the role? According to the passage, what is the role of mindfulness in the author's life? Right. According to the passage, what is the role of mindfulness in the author's life? So on the basis of that, there are four options are pointed. So the first option says, let's see that it prepares the author to face his own mortality. So if you look into this, it prepares the author to face his own mortality. So if I talk about the role of mindfulness in the author's life, so I could say that this would be the appropriate one because it is the most accurate option, as the passage mentions the author's existentialist belief. What does it say? It talks about existentialist belief, right? So beliefs and their practice of mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness is typically associated with the being present and accepting the reality of the moment, which actually aligns with the author's desire to come to terms with the death and nothingness that comes after life, isn't it? So, okay, moving to the next one. The next one is called as, although we find out our answer, so still we need to observe other options. So if any of the other options are more appropriate than the option one, then we can also go for that. Look at the option two. What does it say? It deepens the author's conviction in existential philosophy. Now, if you observe the second option, it says it deepens the author's conviction in existential philosophy. So actually, it does not suggest that mindfulness deepens the author's conviction in existential philosophy. The author's practice of mindfulness is about focusing on the present moment and coming to terms with their own beliefs regarding mortality. But it is not directly actually tied, right? Directly tied to their existential philosophy. So therefore, we cannot consider option two will be uh, considering as the role of mindfulness in the author's life. Look into the option three. It leads the author to dismiss their friend's grief. It is actually incorrect because the passage does not suggest that mindfulness leads the author to dismiss their friend's grief. So hence, we could, in the passage, it does not talk about it. Then the fourth option, which is pointed, it fosters means taken care or nurture uh, anger, towards their friend's religious belief. You can also find out this option 4 is incorrect while the author has conflicting feelings, right? So the author has conflicting feelings. Mm, the passage does not suggest that the mindfulness fosters resentment toward their friend's belief. Hence, you could say option 4 is also incorrect. So, therefore, we could reach to the answer option. That answer option should be means option 1, which we have taken at the beginning. So, as it accurately reflects the role of mindfulness in the author's life as described in the passage. Thank you.